Retirement came quietly to our house on the edge of Abbottabad, where the hills turn sharp and the air carries the faint smoke of winter fires long after dusk. I had spent 30 years teaching history at the college down in the valley. Harlan had spent the same stretch writing articles no one read and novels even fewer finished. We bought the old colonial bungalow because it promised silence. High ceilings, thick stone walls, and an attic we never bothered to climb into. That was supposed to be enough. The first sign was small. A wooden chair, the one with the carved back that had belonged to my mother, appeared pulled out from the dining table every morning. Not shoved in haphazardly the way Harlan always left things. Placed neatly, as if someone had sat there, finished their tea, and risen politely. The seat was cool when I touched it, the way wood feels after a body has warmed and left it. I asked Harlan once. He looked up from his newspaper, eyebrows raised in that gentle, patient way he had perfected over decades. "You must have done it last night, love. You wander sometimes when you can't sleep." I didn't wander. I slept like the dead those first months of retirement, but I let it pass. Then the tea began to disappear. Not the whole tin, just 2 bags every few days. My favorite kind, the one with cardamom and fennel that reminded me of winter mornings in my parents' kitchen. Harlan hated cardamom. He said it tasted like medicine. I found the empty packets folded precisely in the bin, never crumpled. "You've started drinking my tea?" I asked one evening while we ate dal and rice. He smiled without looking up from his plate. "Tried it once, too strong. Must be mice again." Mice don't fold wrappers. The attic noises came next. Soft at first, floorboards settling, I told myself. Then footsteps. Not heavy, not hurried, just deliberate. Back and forth, the way someone paces while thinking. They always stopped the moment I reached the bottom of the narrow stairs. Harlan set out poison and traps. The sounds vanished for a week. Then the chair moved again. One night I awoke at 3. The house was cold, the kind of cold that seeps into your bones even under blankets. Harlan's side of the bed was empty, sheets flat and cool. I pulled on my shawl and walked the dark corridor. The study door was closed, the kitchen dark, but from above came the faint scrape of wood on wood. I climbed. The attic smelled of old paper, dust, and something sweeter. Jasmine maybe, or the ghost of it. Moonlight fell through the small round window in silver bars. In the center of the room stood my mother's chair, empty, but the seat was warm. On the floor beside it lay an open photograph album, one I hadn't touched in years. The pictures were wrong. In the wedding photo from 32 years ago, I stood beside Harlan in my red lehenga, smiling too wide because I was nervous. But in this version, the woman next to him wore my lehenga, held my bouquet, tilted her head the same way I had. Only her eyes were different, older, hollowed, as though she had already lived the years I was just beginning. I turned the page. Our trip to Murray, 1998. There I was again, or she was, standing at the chairlift ticket counter, scarf wrapped tight, laughing at something Harlan had said. My face, my coat, but the date written beneath in my own handwriting read 2015, a year when I had been too ill to travel. Another page. Last Eid, the garden party we hosted. I was pouring chai for guests. She was pouring chai for guests. Same sari, same gold bangles. Only her smile was thinner, as though she had practiced it too many times. I closed the album. My hands shook so badly the cover snapped shut louder than I meant. When I turned, Harlan stood in the doorway, silhouetted against the stairwell light. He held a tray, My cardamom tea in my mother's porcelain cup, steam still rising, a biscuit balanced on the saucer. "She missed you," he said quietly. "She always missed you." I stared at him. "Who?" He set the tray on an old crate. The cup rattled once. "You were gone for a long time after the fever, after the hospital kept you for months. You came back quieter, smaller. I thought if I kept everything exactly the same, the house, the routines, your tea, she might come back too. The real you, the one who laughed louder, the one who finished sentences before I did." I felt the attic floor tilt under me. "I'm here," I whispered. He looked at the empty chair. "Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you walk through rooms like you don't remember they're yours. Sometimes you look at me like a stranger who wandered in." He stepped closer. The moonlight got the lines on his face, deeper than I remembered. I started writing her back into the photographs, just little changes at first, then bigger ones. She got stronger. She started sitting in the chair, drinking the tea, pacing up here when the nights were too quiet. I reached for the album again. My fingers brushed the cover. "I'm not her," I said. Harlan's voice cracked, the first time I'd heard it do that in 30 years. "She's what's left when you leave pieces of yourself behind, and I couldn't let her go." I looked at the chair, warm, waiting. I sat. The wood sighed under me like it had been holding its breath. Harlan knelt. He rested his forehead against my knee the way he used to when we were young and afraid of nothing. "I'm sorry," he said. I lifted his face. His eyes were wet. "I'm here now," I told him. He searched my face for a long moment. "Are you?" I didn't answer, because upstairs, in the attic of my own mind, I could still hear footsteps, soft, patient, pacing back and forth, waiting for me to leave again. The next morning, the chair was pushed in neatly under the dining table. The tea tin was full. Harlan smiled across the breakfast things and asked if I had slept well. I smiled back.